Ah, hello guys. Good day, happy day. We're here with a sad story that many of you out there probably have heard about already. But a very famous group, one which is a singer from the Jonas brother, Joe Jonas, and his wife of 4 years, have filed for divorce. She's from the popular hit series Game of Thrones. Her name is Sophie Turner. After 4 years and 2 children, they're getting a divorce. Sad news. But it's one of those things. Another risque conversation.
I've been sitting here thinking about all the things you do for me, how you make me feel. Been wondering if it's the same for you, but when you're not around, I lose my mind, 'cause you keep it like a secret. Why won't you reveal it? Just please tell me that you feel it too.
Yes. And we're here. Clyde, sad news, right?
Yes, very sad.
And it's just heart-wrenching how many relationships that we constantly have to hear when all of us out there are so really happy, so really excited when we hear relationship lasting for 10, 15, 20, 25 years. I mean, as a man that has never been married before, guys, don't hold that against me, right? It was not my choice, right? But when their relationship that you look at and says, hey, that's a beacon of hope, and these relationships fall apart because of irreconcilable differences. What's even that irreconcilable differences, right? It's just someone says, I'm no longer happy. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go do what I used to do when I was in my young teenage years, enjoying myself, having fun, carefree, just nothing, no bother, nothing in the world is really bothering. I just want to have fun. So many people are deciding to end their long-term relationship for irreconcilable differences, just to go back to the streets, go hang out, go back and in the dating carousel. It's just sad to know that when you have hopes of seeing couples work out, especially after children, and they are just, these marriages are falling by the wayside. These relationships are just making us sadder and sadder when these kind of situations happen. So we're going to get into it, read some articles here, and just have a chat about this couple, this famous couple, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner, separating after 4 years and 2 children. All right.
Let me read this article here. All right. There they are.
Yeah.
Looking good together, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy, let me see. Sorry about that. Gotta bring this up like this. Okay. It didn't take long for the news of Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner's divorce to turn ugly. News began swirling Sunday that Jonas had retained a divorce lawyer. By Tuesday, the pop singer had filed paperwork in Florida's Miami-Dade County stating that his relationship with the actress is irretrievably broken. Miami-Dade, huh? I guess that's where they all settled down. Huh?
Yeah, they move in our neck of the hoods. I mean, like, man, Miami, Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach. It's the Mecca center for a lot of celebrities.
Right.
If people only know how many billionaires and millionaires live in these the tri-county between Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County, they would be amazed.
Right.
Yeah, they would be amazed. But yeah,
All right.
yeah, continue.
And by Wednesday, wait 1 second, sorry about this. There you go. And by Wednesday, a horde of tabloids and internet sleuths had spun a web of theories about a couple's marital woes, citing anonymous sources, past interviews, paparazzi photos, and social media posts as clues of trouble. Reports came so dizzying that the pair broke their silence Wednesday, releasing a joint statement on the divorce. There are many speculative narratives as to why, but truly this is a united decision, and we sincerely hope that everyone can respect our wishes for privacy for us and our children. It's funny, right? Like in another article that I read, it was mentioned like amicably. They broke off amicably, but it's never quite like that. It's always one person initiates it could happen that they both fall apart, but one person initiates it, one person starts it off and then the other person has to respond to that, but it's never completely quite amicably.
It's never amicable. It's never amicable. It is always as if they say your eyes are not seeing what it's seeing, right? Gaslighting. It's never amicable, right? It's never amicable. We think it's amicable because they say it's amicable, but someone always initiates, and we have to now be responsive to that initiation.
Yeah, they want to keep people away from like talking about, a whole bunch of and just going crazy with ideas and stuff. So they're like, oh, we both decided that it was, that it was it.
Yeah.
Right.
So continue. You're gonna continue. Yeah.
Yep. Let me see. I'm gonna switch. Or leave off. Oh, right there.
Turn the camera to you.
I'm showing the thing. You can't see it. But I'm showing the. Such speculative narratives are an unfortunate side effect of how public obsession with celebrity manifests online. Multiple tabloids, including TMZ and the Daily Mail, cited anonymous sources to characterize Turner, 27, as a partygoer who felt trapped in her marriage and wanted to live out her youth. Meanwhile, Jonas, 34, was painted as a dutiful father, solely caring for their 2 young children, even as his band, the Jonas Brothers, is on tour. You see, like how they're spinning this already, like they're spinning it as if
he's the narcissist.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's like, how dare he expect, to raise children together, with Sophie.
But the thing about it, he's on tour. He has a more demanding schedule than she does, and he's still taking care of the children.
Right.
Like, how is it that he can juggle both and not have to worry or let the stress of his schedule really dictate how he raises his children, right? So they're trying to paint him as the bad guy. Oh no, I'm not the bad guy. You ever hear that? You ever hear that tune? The bad guy. Oh, I'm not the bad guy.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, no. But I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull it up and let you hear it. It's
all right.
It's when I hear it, it always reminds me, like, it doesn't matter what a guy will do to appease the situation or relationship that he is in. He's going to be painted as the bad guy all the time, and that's why that song always. I'm not the bad guy. Hey, please do not hold my singing against me, okay? Do not hold my singing. I'm trying. Okay. Yeah, but this is just
Things I don't see if it was if it would be seen as a bad thing. You know, like even if she wanted, because they're saying that she's being portrayed as such, that she's a party goer and she just wants to relive her youth, I guess, or whatever. But it doesn't seem like from that statement. I don't take away that if she was actually doing that, that it would be seen as a bad thing. Like, of course she can do that, you know, like she can do whatever she wants. It just so happens that she has 2 children and she's in a marriage now, and it's just not conducive for marriage to work out properly, you know.
right. That's true.
All right, let's see. What else we got here? Some have speculated about who was making these allegations, while others have sympathized with Turner, further highlighting an era in celebrity breakups where intense fan bases, blind items, and unsealed court documents are used to sway and control public opinion. We have a long history of developing factions in celebrity culture fandoms, said Erin Myers, a professor at Oakland University in Rochester. I don't know if I pronounced that right.
Rochester, New York?
Rochester, Michigan?
Michigan?
Okay.
Rochester.
Okay. Who has studied celebrity culture. Getting us angry is a surefire way to get us to click on things and engage with things. And so that, I think, relates to and bleeds into celebrity culture. But some members of the public have become too savvy for alleged spin and clickbait strategies. I think I'm supposed to gather. I mean, this article is mostly about like how people are reacting to it. You know, it's not really talking about. It's not really talking about like what's going on with the thing. Maybe we should have read the other one. I don't know.
Oh, we can
switch over?
we can pull up the
Let's
other
see,
one.
like,
and
I'm
switch
not
over.
really like.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm an introvert. I'm a homebody. Okay, well maybe they're getting into it right here.
Okay.
He's a homebody, supposedly, and if I could stay at home all day, I would. So this is great for me. Let me put it back up again. The media's focus on Turner's parenting. Okay. Like, even if she does like to party, that has nothing to do with her ability to care for a child. Look at this, man. I can't believe like they're actually, you know, like I can't see mothers, you know, shaking ass in a club. Like, I just don't see the two go together. But it's exactly what I was saying before, right? Like it's exactly what I was saying before. Like, it's you know, even if she is actually doing that, she's not seen as it wouldn't be seen as a bad thing, you know. Of course she can do that, you know, 2 kids in, no problem, you know, like, I don't know. Let's keep reading here.
Keep it going, Clyde. Keep it going. Keep talking.
Okay. I just keep reading here. Like, even if she does like to party, that has nothing to do with her ability to care for a child, make a child feel safe and secure and loved, and provide for a child. It has absolutely nothing to do with her mothering capabilities, Peterson added. I guess it's not necessarily. I guess they can still provide for the children because they have. I mean, they're super rich, right? Like, so she can go out there and party it up and have somebody care for the child.
Right.
It's not like those children really are, you know, like when you have like $200-300 million, you know, those are not things that they have to worry about.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
This doesn't really apply to the majority of people, you know, like you don't have that, so you can't party it up as a mother and still be there for your child.
True.
Right? Like, how does that work? I just don't even think there's enough time to account for all of that. You know?
It's the mentality of I have to have it all. The whole mentality where, hey, I can go out, I can work, I can just do whatever it is that I want to do. I can have it all. You can't have it all. I can't have it all. Something will always fall to the wayside. Something will always come and take some portion of that time that you're trying to save for other things, right? So how can we have it all? No one can have it all.
Yeah, they say, I mean, in general, for the general public, I guess this applies to, like, they say that mothers can work, chase their career,
right,
as well as, you know, have a family and attend to their children, and that's just not. I mean, you can do both, but you're gonna suck at both. I think you're gonna do a very bad job at doing both. You know?
Right, right.
You can only focus on one thing at a time.
Right, exactly.
You know? All right, let's keep reading here. Nor does the assertion that is a homebody have anything to do with his capabilities as a parent. All right, so this person is flipping it around. Garth, I can barely hear them. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Sorry about let me see. Sorry about that. We're having some people talking outside, and we're trying to tell them to keep it quiet, but it's barely noticeable, so it's all good.
Okay,
I'm just
cool,
gonna
cool.
keep going with this.
Yeah.
Okay. You heard this last part? Nor does it the assertion that Jonas that Jonas is a homebody have anything to do with with his capabilities as a parent. So they're flipping it around. So they're saying that you know, that she can. They're saying that she can go out there party and still be a good mother, and he, just because he's a homebody and he's at home with the children, doesn't necessarily mean that he's a good parent.
No, this is
They
this is
flip it
where
around.
this is where they this is where they use this mindset. We're living in a gynocentric society right now, right? We're living in a gynocentric society. And because we're living in a gynocentric society, it doesn't matter what happens, they're always going to flip the narrative. They're always going to flip the narrative. Now, as a father, being at home with my daughter, raising her, teaching her to do the things that a child needs to learn to do, I had that experience while her mother was out working. I'm working from home because the type of work I did afforded me the ability to be able to work from home and take care of our daughter, so I'm able to teach her to do certain things. Now, if the tables were turned and she was at home, our daughter would learn to do certain things, but not the way I taught her, and vice versa. If I'm at home, she learns to do certain things, but not the way her mother would teach her, right? So he's at home with the children, and that doesn't make him, by virtue of that, a better parent. So is that what they're saying?
Yeah, they're obviously, you can hear their bias in this, because if the tables were reversed and he was partying it up, you know, and she was taking care of the kids at home, there's no way that statement
exactly.
would have worked,
He would be a misogynist, a narcissist.
Exactly. He's not
He'll
there
be
for
a
the
monster.
children.
He's not there for the children.
Right.
His
He's just
career is
partying it
more
up.
important. He's out there having fun, And
When have we ever heard that you know, people who like men who chase after their careers,
Mhm.
right? Like they're doing their job, right? I
Mhm.
mean, that's why those women married them, right? But you know, like it's always seen as like, okay, they weren't there for it was the mother that took care of the children, and that's why, you know, custody goes, when they divorce, custody goes towards them,
Right.
towards the mother, towards the woman.
because they say they're natural
Uh,
nurturers.
and
So
because they actually took care of the child,
Right.
like literally, right?
right.
But now we're seeing a case where it's being you know, reversed.
Mhm.
You know, like because it fits their narrative. You know, like,
There's a saying that I've always heard over the years: you can't win for losing. So it doesn't matter the scenario. You and I, Clyde, we will never get any reprieve from this society that we're living in. And not all women are that way, right? And there's some man that speaks in that, have that same mindset, like as if we are supposed to fall by the wayside and not have any disagreement with how things are being said, or the strategies in which they are using to attack us. And there are women that are getting attacked for standing up and speaking out, like, hey, the lie told long enough will eventually be believed as the truth. So they can flip the narrative over and over, and now we're the bad guys, no matter what we do. I mean, in this scenario, he is the good guy, and what they're doing in the media is making him the bad guy.
right.
All right?
Let's keep over here. Turner and Jonas began dating in 2016 and married during a small Las Vegas ceremony after the Billboard Music Awards in May 2019. They share 2 daughters born in July 2020, 2022, whom they have famously shielded from the public eye. A decision that Turner has had to justify to the public and implore her followers to respect, highlighting the outside scrutiny moms face, Peterson said.
Let me jump in there for a second,
Yeah.
Clyde. You mind?
Yeah.
Now, this is what I don't get about people in society. It doesn't mean because we know someone and that we're by proximity of seeing them on TV, we think we know them, and we want to share every moment and aspect of their lives as if we are their family member. The thing that I've noticed is that folks being so hyped and so pulled into a person's life, they now think every aspect of their life they should share. So if they want to shield their children from the public eye and scrutiny, it is now a problem. How can that be a problem? That shouldn't be a problem. Everyone has to have their space where they can be free to enjoy their family without the paparazzi or everybody's prying eye. So
Yeah.
stop it, people. Stop it.
Yeah, it's I mean, you can say that all you want, but a lot of people make a lot of money from you know,
That's true.
they are like hyenas, you know.
They're true.
There was a Black Mirror episode that deals with that. I forgot the name of it. It's basically how paparazzi they are taking pictures of these celebrities doing some shady stuff, you know, like engaging in sex with you know, like anyway, so they get in trouble, you know, and the person ends up committing suicide, you know, like because it comes out and his career is basically ruined, and they can't you know, they can't continue living on, you know.
You know what I find. I find it to be a bit hurtful to some of these people that have to live their life in the public, and I can empathize with them, because when you have certain things going for you, and people want to get close to you, they now want you to. They want you to get elevated. They want you to get elevated into stardom. And when you get elevated into stardom, they can use those pictures, the videos, and they can sell it to the media for money. Yeah. But I think what they enjoy more, is the downfall.
Yeah,
because they make a lot more money from watching them going through the downfall. Because people inherently, they love drama. They love to see failure. They want to see you rise to the top. Mm-hmm. And when you get up there, they can't wait to saw the ladder, the step on the ladder. So as soon as you make a slip and you touch that ladder, it breaks and you come sliding down. It's
Yeah, you can make money from pushing people up, raising them celebrities up, and then when no money can be made because it's boring now and their time is up, then you can still make money bringing them down.
Right. I'm going to use a financial term. Put and call. Right? Make money going up. And make money going down,
like the stock market a little bit.
The stock market. When you bet,
as long as you guess correctly, or you see it like how it's going to happen, it can go either up or down, and you can make money on both ends.
when you bet on something going up,
all
right, and you bet on it going down, right, and it's
crazy, man.
It's actually it's crazy, but it's actually a genius idea. You can't lose.
Yeah.
You can't lose, because if you invest on the upward slope, right, the upward trajectory, and the decline, and you're making money on both sides, how can you argue with that?
The thing is, like, I look at it more as this is what you're signing up for, and people know this to a certain degree. You're famous, you have millions of dollars, you get to live this life. Having, pictures being taken of your children and they're in the public eye is something that you are just going to have to deal with, So that's why they say that it's, they have been successfully able to keep their children from the public eye. It's kind of like an accomplishment for them,
That's true.
Because they can't. It's almost impossible to do that, that's something that you're gonna have to deal with, I guess.
I mean, cameras are everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So because cameras are everywhere, it's hard to shelter the children. It's hard to keep them away.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard.
Let's continue here. It points to the need for her to defend her actions and to explain herself, and I'm not sure that would be the same for a man in that position, she said. It falls to mothers to justify their parenting identities and choices in a way that it doesn't for fathers. Who's saying that? Sophie is saying this? This is like a quote, right?
Look into.
It's you're not reading. I forgot.
No. I'm just saying. Look into who's exactly saying that. If it's Sophie that's saying that, or
I
someone else.
She said so. It's Sophie saying that. So she's basically. I don't know if she's essentially saying that she feels that she has to justify her parenting thing, and as a man you don't have to. And I would say it's the other way around more. I think men are always seen as we're not there, to because we're away, right? So we do a lot of things that is necessary to pay the bills, to knock out rent, knock out the electricity bill, But those things are not seen so a man has to justify. Look, this is what I'm doing. I went to work. I'm busy. I would say it's the other way around. Like, women are typically awarded that, okay, she's a mother, so she, by default, she's the primary caregiver.
True.
And, you know.
True.
Okay. Like Turner, other celebrity women have endured years of scrutiny and speculation about their love lives and parenting choices. An especially nasty narrative spread in the aftermath of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's divorce, with tabloids reporting as recently as last year that sources close to Pitt accused Jolie of launching a smear campaign against him with claims of physical abuse.
Pause.
Yeah.
Why do they always do that? Why?
So they're making him look bad by saying that that he started something to like make her look bad. Like I don't know about
that
this.
Brad
like,
Pitt started something, or
they're saying
Joe-
that
Joe?
Brad Pitt
Oh, okay.
accused Jolie of launching a smear campaign. Like she was doing that against him with claims of physical abuse. Wait, no. So, Jesus Christ. Reporting this news last year that sources close to Brad accused Jolie. Yeah, like so. Basically, they're looking at it as if, again, like everybody's trying to paint the woman as the wrongdoer, as if, they're trying to do, they're out to get, men, I mean, a lot of times they actually do that, it's not a shot in the dark, women have been, found to be quite vindictive in the way they do things, especially in the aftermath of a breakup.
Even during a relationship, they'll do
Mhm.
that. They'll get on the phone,
Right.
and they'll get on the phone and they'll call their friends, their girlfriends, and by the time a disagreement might happen, and you might say, "I didn't say that," and let's say let's pull up. Let's say I have a scenario. Let's say a disagreement where you walked in a building or you walk in a house or apartment, and the woman says, it doesn't matter. It could be your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, your auntie, your mother. It doesn't matter, right? If they have a disdain against man, right? Misandry is a hatred towards man that women feel, misandry. And if they're a misandrous person, it doesn't matter if something is, let's say you walk in and the broom is leaned against the broom is leaned against the wall, and it just rubs her the wrong way. She is going to start an argument over that broom. And you just simply say, "Hey, I didn't touch the broom." But by the day or a few days, you start noticing that friends or people that you know is looking at you with a side eye, like looking at you sideways, like, why are they looking at? And then when you take stock of what was really going on, is that she's on the phone denigrating you to her friends and family members. You have no choice, no chance. Either the only chance you have to have some modest reprieve is not say anything at all. Let them think that they want to think. Because if you open your mouth and say something, they're going to attack you, even if you didn't do anything wrong. Because when a woman is misandrous, she will make you look like a monster, even if you're a saint. And so they will it's for us as men to have an understanding of how propaganda from a woman, or even other men that will believe these propaganda and help to perpetuate it. It's kind of, in a way, fascinating how much word of mouth is more powerful than media. Because let's face it, media is made from word of mouth, right? Eyeballs are just simply there to capture the drama that we're experiencing. But opening your mouth and speaking, and it be convincing enough, anyone will believe a person that is an habitual liar. You know,
it's and I've been through situations where, like when you reject a woman, like they can turn super like butthurt and vindictive, and it's like one of those like scary things. Like you'd much rather just do something stupid, and just have her lose interest in you, and just have her walk away, rather than like trying to like keep things like, or like just completely calling it off with her, like
trying to keep it cordial.
Yeah, like because if she's into you, and you don't want to deal with it anymore, bro, like they can come up with like the craziest things, just to slander your name, to make you look like the villain, like you did horrible. I just went through something like that with people, that are around me.
Right. You remember that? Remember that story I told you about the chick from the gym that asked me for my number, and I turned her down, and now she just wailed on me like like as if it was my fault that I turned her down. Hey, if I'm not interested in you, I'm not interested in you, And
guys, over time we learn about rejection, right? So we're like, oh, okay,
we have to.
Yeah, we have to. We don't have a choice, right? So we tend to get good at like, okay, whatever, next one, we just move along. But with women, because they have never been told no, like when a guy does tell them no, they've seen a ghost or something, they don't believe it, it's.
Yeah, it's true. It's for us. It's either maybe three, but I would say one or the other. Either we learn and adopt and know how to accept rejection and just move on to the next, because there's a lot of fish in the sea. We just move on to the next, or we become this reclusive person and we just don't want to deal with rejection anymore. We don't want to talk to anyone. We don't want to talk to a woman, And for me, I think a guy should. I'm gonna throw this out there. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna throw this out there. I think they need a course in school, not something that you grow up and you go out there and you buy a course of how to pick up women. I think they should have a course in school teaching men how to accept rejection. Like, hey, let's get the hottest girls in school and we're going to line them up and we're going to have the guys go try to shoot his shot and have the girls reject him. And then based on how they respond, the teacher will give a passing score. You need improvement here and there. Kind of like, before you get out there in the world and trying to meet someone, there should be some kind of course. I know it's kind of like a far-fetched, it's like it's just satire here. I'm just having fun with it. Yeah.
I've thought about this hypothetically. I mean, obviously, but if a woman was to wake up in a man's body, I would give her until that weekend. She would probably cut her throat, slit her wrist, and jump out of a window, just because of the sheer amount of rejection and all that stuff that she would be getting.
Have you heard? There's a story. I don't know her name, and I wish I did. But this is actually good. You could probably pull it up while we're talking. It's about a woman, all right? I believe she's I believe she's a lesbian.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
heard about that one.
And
She
sh-
actually lived as a man for like a year and a half or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the rejection that she
Yeah.
received put her in a state of
She actually
morbid
she
depression.
actually,
She had to
deleted
deleted
herself.
herself.
Wow, that's
That
crazy.
so for a woman wanting to know what it's like to be a man, because obviously she's a lesbian, so she's kind of living a lifestyle of a man already, and to actually go under in costume, get the makeup done so she can look like a man, get her voice trained so she can have that tonality like a man, and then actually go out there
And
for
live.
1 year and live like a man and experience what we experience as men
Every day.
every day. It's I commend her. It's just that I wish she was still here so she could come to the studio and we could have a conversation with her, because that's a wealth of knowledge coming from the opposite sex to tell us, hey, I am from the alternative lifestyle community, and I decided I want to really experience what it's like to be a man, and that would be so much information. And I must say, I am so unhappy that she decided to off herself, because let me tell you,
The stories she could have
the
told.
story she could have told us.
There's ways to test it for yourself. You know, like you create two Tinder profiles, right? One has a picture of a of a man, and he's good looking and everything, right?
Right.
And then the other one has a picture of a woman's hand, right?
Yeah.
And see which one is gonna get more matches.
I think they did some kind of survey like that. I think they did something like that to see how.
Yeah, there was overwhelmingly more, matches in a woman's favor. I mean, this has been proven already. Like statistics of any dating profile that they know about this. Certain things, like for example, the fact that most women swipe left on men, like 90% of them swipe left.
But-
Whereas for men, it's 90% of men swipe right. So we're like trying to like whoever can accept us.
Right, right.
I'm gonna swipe right on every single one.
But can you? We're physical being. We're visual being, right? So, us as men, most of us, you can tell that we're man. We can put our hands out there on a camera and put a woman hand out there, and you'll know which one is a woman and which one is a man, right?
Right.
And so, can you really blame? Can you really blame us? Can you really blame people that want to swipe left or swipe right based on a hand? I could put my footsome face on a profile, right? And take a woman that's maybe a 5, right? And she's going to get most of the swipe,
Most matches,
by simple fact and virtue that she's a woman, right?
Yeah.
And we have different scales in rating the opposite gender. You know, what a woman sees and what she wants in a man, it could be many different metrics. A woman might like a man with beard, a mustache, might like a man with bald head, tall. Some tall women like shorter guys. Some shorter women like taller guys. It's based on preference, and at the end of the day, you still know a woman from a man, But when we're talking about Joe and Sophie, because of the climate of what we're living, and people are going to naturally side with her regardless. Why? Because she's a woman. She is the fairer sex of male and female. she's softer. It's just part of the process of making a decision which and how and when or where, you know. It's just part of the process. They are going to make the woman stand out as the better of the relationship, irregardless of what she decide she wants to do.
There's one of the apps where they made it so that the woman has to initiate conversations. First, I forgot which one it was, to try and combat this. You know, like because it's so skewed in in women's favor that dating apps don't really make much sense for men. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, so whatever. Like we went off on a tangent here.
Yeah, went off on a tangent. Let's get back to the article.
Yeah, actually, I left the article. I went to the other one because it was more. We should have read through this one instead.
All right. Well, hey, we're
as long as we know about the story. I mean,
right.
And tell you the truth, like I kind of like see how things unfold. You know, like they don't have to tell me. You know, like, oh, she's a party goer. They're not even denying it, right? They're just saying, why is it bad to, still shake booty after you have a couple of kids, and 4 years of marriage? Like, why is that bad? Like, she can do whatever she wants. Okay, great.
Have it all.
Do whatever you want, And he filed for divorce because he's like, oh, what's the point of marriage then? If you're gonna be shaking ass and I need to, go on tours, then why are we together? Like, what's the point?
A lot of people don't seem to understand this. I use this analogy. I've spoken to my daughter about it. I've spoken to friends about it, and I've asked this question. I said, hey, if you have a few girlfriends, right, and one of the girlfriends says, hey girls, let's go hang out tonight. There is a party at a mansion. The guests that are going to be there are phenomenal. We're going to have a great time. There's going to be all kind of really incredible people there. Let's just go and hang out. And one of the girls say, no, I don't feel like going. I just want to stay in tonight. And the other one say, no, let's just go. It's just three of us. We can go and have fun. And she gets convinced. She gets convinced to go. And so all three of them now get in the car and they go. And they're let in. And everybody's dancing and having fun and drinking, and they're having a great time. And all of a sudden, the host walked to the door saying a few really inspiring words, and while at the same time his security details are locking up all the windows and he's putting a lock on the door. Now no one can go outside, right? And they release some wild tigers in the house, right? Now, at that particular moment, she's going to regret that she allowed herself to be convinced to go to this party. So, does that mean that she's wrong for going to the party, or does that mean that she was convinced by her friends to go? Is that going to make her be safe? Is that going to her regret? Is that going to make her walk out of this house, this mansion, safe? No. She decided to go, and because she decided to go, she's now have to deal with the consequences of her decision of going to this mansion party.
Like, now that you just painted a picture about like the party, I was just thinking, man, they're celebrities. So imagine the parties that they go to. You know, imagine the men that show up there. It's not just gonna be like average Joe. I mean, like good-looking men. like high status.
Right.
Men.
Exactly. And I use that as a segue to say that she is convinced. She was convinced by her friends, using society or whomsoever is around, was convincing her like, hey, you're married, it's been 4 years, but you still can go out and have fun. But when she goes out and have fun, right, and he's out touring, and she's out shaking her ass, right? What is that going to do for the marriage? It's going to attract the attention while she's out there wiggling her waistline, shaking her ass, having a great time. The attracted people are going to, it's polarity. What she puts out there, it's going to
attract that.
It's going to attract.
I mean, she still looks good.
Yeah, exactly. So go ahead.
They're just, I mean, I don't know how people. It's not conducive to
the relationship,
to a marriage. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. You can do whatever you want. You know, like, obviously, you want to have fun. Okay, go. But it's what led Jonas to file for a divorce. You know? Like, he just again, like, I wouldn't, in my case, if I was in a situation like that, I would probably
do the
react
same thing.
React the same way.
All it takes is for, let's say she goes to a bar or she goes to a mansion party and she drinks the right amount of liquor, the right amount of whatever it is that she's drinking, and she all of her inhibitions goes out the window, and the right guy come at the right time. It doesn't matter how she said or commit that she is she commits to him and says she's committed to the marriage. That miscalculation is going to turn bad for the relationship, because that guy that came and talked to her don't care about her relationship. He just cares about getting off. And her being liquored up, intoxicated, she's going to make that mistake, and then she's going to wake up the next day and crying foul.
They'll flip that around and be like, why are you, to the man, why are you being so insecure about this, you know?
They always do.
Yeah, right. Like, that's not insecure. Like, if you revert the situation and the guy goes out there and hanging out with a whole bunch of women, you know, like, and the woman had a problem with him doing that, then that's not insecure. That's his behavior causing a rightful, response.
Yeah, they would castigate him. They would castigate him.
Right.
You know, it's just how.
Like, what are we supposed to do in that situation? Oh, go have fun, like, we're not supposed to be worried about if we do that, because I'm sure some guys would probably, oh yeah, no problem, because they have their own thing, going on, their own roster that they're dealing with, right? But if that guy responds to that situation in that way, then he's not caring. He just doesn't care about her. Like, how can you let your woman just go out there in the hands of other men? Then you don't love your woman. Like.
Have you ever heard of Adam 22?
Adam 22, no.
Okay, so Adam 22 is a well-known online personality, right? He has a popular blog.
A YouTuber,
yeah. Adam 22. Now, Adam 22 and his wife would do movies. They do adult entertainment while he's running a podcast. They would always just do it together. But I believe she wanted to venture out into bringing other people into the fold of what they do as an adult entertainment, adult movies, right? Like I say, they would do it together for a long time. And he allowed her to go and have, bring another man into the fold, and allowed her to go and have sex with another man. And now he's forced, maybe not forced, but he's proud of her because that enhances her career. Now, how is it that you can be married to a woman and then allow her to go out there after they got married and have sex with some other man, and then you say you're proud of her, right? It's that goes back to what you were just saying. I mean, the man can have his roster, and the woman can be out there shaking her ass, but are they right on either side?
In either case, there's no relationship and there's no marriage.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
so it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter. All right, let's.
I think that to tell you the truth, I'm done with this with this article.
All right, cool.
There's nothing more to say here. In short, Sophie Turner is back to the streets.
Yeah, she's back to the streets. Like,
yes.
You know,
for more men to enjoy her. I think is that what she was looking for? You think? Like, she had the experience of being a mother, and now she wants the experience of just being run through again. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not. What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with that?
I'm saying, like, come on, like, there's really nothing wrong. There's
wait.
They have two kids. Okay, so you would say in a normal situation, a normal marriage, there is something wrong because you can't attend to the kids, and now they're left, how are they going to grow up without a mother, without a father, right?
But
in their case, they're millionaires. Their kids will be taken care of.
Hold on.
Their kids are all right.
I'm going to debate you on this when you say there's nothing wrong with it. There's 100% something wrong with it, right? I use this analogy.
The reason why I'm saying that is because we can't really control how people think, right? Like, we can't really affect, and the more you try to do that, the worse the effect, the worst results you end up with, There's nothing you can really do about this, In the end, you're still going to be like, okay, well.
But don't say there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolute something. It is absolute something wrong with that, because I say this all the time. A woman produces that attachment hormone. And that attachment hormone allows her, every time you and I can go out there, and this is by in no means me advocating for us men going out there and just whoring ourselves around, you know what I mean? Just throwing our bodies around. Some of us have done it, and in no means to say a woman should go out there and do that as well.
When we say that about women, it makes it seem as if we're attacking them and shaming them, but it's just as bad when men do it. It's just bad practice to be doing that, to be out in the streets, just running through everyone that comes across.
Yes, it's bad practice. I'm going to say it's bad practice, and I can tell you from personal, it's bad. Personal experience is bad.
You're definitely, let me put it like this, you're definitely not working on any project, if this is what you're doing, like you don't, you're not on your purpose, you're not on your game, you're not really doing anything, if you're pursuing this full time.
Right.
And it becomes full time if you're doing it to that level, I'm saying,
it is full time.
Because how are you going to maintain all these hoes, you know what I mean? Like, they're not just gonna be around, you have to text them, you have to call them, you have to dine them, so when do you have time for your job? So what is it that you're doing now? You just have a job to save. Are you saving money? Are you doing anything with your future, or are you just making money so you can take out women? You know what I mean?
A lot of us are encouraged to make money, earn money, live this lavish lifestyle, this pretentious lavish lifestyle, for a simple fact of it is what makes us, or we're told that that's masculinity, right? And sometimes that's not right, that we're told that have sex with 100 women. Mm-hmm. Now, I think a man shouldn't just, for those men that are lucky enough to meet the right woman the first time, hey,
good on them, right?
Good on them, because it's rare to meet a person where you actually meet your match, where that puzzle the two pieces of the puzzle that's
Let me ask you.
Go
Can I
ahead.
ask you something?
Yeah.
Would you trade away having had experiences with a whole bunch of women to have been with only one woman your whole life?
If it was the right woman.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can tell you that I'd met that person, and unfortunately she's no longer with us. And that tore me apart. And if she was still here today, man, I think my heart would be whole. I think my heart would be whole. But she's no longer. It's been a long time. But if she was the right woman for any man, go for it. 100% go for it. But I think for most men out there, if a man don't go and have experiences, he's going to be left wondering. And the same thing happened for women too. Mm-hmm. They go out, they don't go have these experiences. And for those women that don't want to have a whole bunch of experiences, I commend you. But we live in a highly sexualized world. Highly sexualized. Like everybody wears yoga pants now. Like you walk down the street and mommy, sister, mother, auntie, all wearing yoga pants. Like, I wonder, this is probably like a tangent, right? I wonder, maybe it's a psychological conditioning that they've been they've gone through, like, because most time you see people in yoga pants is when they're at the gym, right? Mm-hmm. And
now they're in a grocery store reaching for the butter.
Now they're wearing in the grocery store. They're taking their children to daycare,
mm-hmm.
and
in yoga pants,
right? In the yoga pants. Like, why is it that so many women wear, like, hey, do what you do, but personally, I am so over it. I just want to see women just dressed I'm just so over it, right? Like,
I mean, I kind of like it. It's nice to look at, you know what I mean? Like,
okay, it's nice to look at. It's nice to look at, but let me say this: the nice to look at. How many men are getting in trouble for the nice to look at? Yeah. The women wear clothes out there. Have you ever seen? And this is not going far off of what we're talking about with Sophie and Joe, right? And why I'm saying this because we talked about her going out there and shaking her ass, right? It is the fact that we as men, because we're visual creatures, we look, and based on how the woman feels about us, we are creepy, we're weird.
Yeah, if they don't like how we look, if they're not attracted to us, then we're creepy.
Exactly, right? But yet they will. Have you ever seen those women that wear those really short skirt, mm-hmm. and every minute they're pulling it down, right? And I'm like, why would you wear it? Why would you wear it if you're going to be pulling it down every second, right?
Yeah, they like the attention. They like attention.
They like the attention. Mm-hmm. They want some alpha guy, or what they deem to be an alpha guy, to say something to them, mm-hmm. right? And I think that if we were to, I have a thought. I've heard this saying. Why women say, why are you sexualizing us? Why do you sexualize us? And I think, I say, I'm a logical man. And I even said this to my daughter. I said, a man don't sexualize a woman. A woman sexualizes herself first. She has to sexualize herself first for the man to sexualize her, right? Because based on how she dresses, and by
how
all
she behaves also.
and how she behaves, by all means, women are free to dress in how they want to dress, right? But
If a
we
guy
are
in this-
visual. Hold on. We are visual creatures. We're going to look, and so if you're wearing something and you don't want us to look, dress modest. I'm not saying go all the way and cover up and cover you from your head to toe. No, but be mindful enough that if you dress a certain way, we're going to look. So now Sophie wants to go out there and have fun and do her thing. She's now departed from her marriage because Joe say he can't deal with it anymore. Now she's going to dress a certain way because she wants to attract the next best guy, right? So she's going to dress. I'm not saying that I know this for sure. This is just my opinion, that she's going to dress in the yoga pants and the V-cut blouse showing her chest.
Features.
Say?
Her features.
Showing. Yeah, she's going to be showing her features, right? A feature film. Hey, that's right? Feature film. And if it's portrayed like that on TV, and then we go out and we see it on the streets, we see it in the gym, we see it in the store, stretching for the butter in the yoga pants. Hey, I guess they do yoga, right? Stretching for the butter.
Yeah.
Right? But it's just crazy.
If you dressed as a cop, would you blame the person if he came to you asking for help?
100% not. That's a great point. If you dress in a uniform that represent what is it that you do, you are going to be approached by the people that are looking for that person in that uniform.
Right.
So, like you say, if you dress like a cop, you're going to get people to come at you for help. If you look like a lawyer, people are going to want you to represent them. If you dress like a streetwalker, people are going to walk up to you.
Have you made that mistake when you go when you're in a grocery store and somebody's wearing a shirt that looks awfully familiar to like a uniform that the staff is wearing, and you ask them a question and they go like, "No, I don't work here, bro."
Yeah, it happened to me. It happened to me all the time.
In clothing stores.
Yeah,
like
it happened to me all the time. Like when I'm doing an assignment in a store, they'll walk up to me like, "Hey, can you explain to me how I could get that shelf off? Is there someone that can help me? Can you help me?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't work here." You don't? No, I don't work here. But you're so clean cut. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't work here. But I can get someone for you that help, because I'm dressed in the costume or I'm dressed in the uniform of the store.
That
resembles what they're familiar with.
Right.
So hey.
Okay, Garth.
Yeah,
let's wrap this up. We're at like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, we should wrap this up. Hey, everyone, thank you for tuning in. I know we went off on a tangent and said a couple of things, but we just wanted to have a candid conversation about this tonight, and it's just it's an unhappy moment to know that couple that's been together for quite some time and have some children are now separating because irreconcilable difference. Hey, it's one of those things, right? It's one of those things. Yeah, it was one of those things.
I've been sitting here thinking about all the things you do for me, how you make me feel. But wondering if it's the same for you, but when you're not around, I lose my mind, 'cause you keep it like a secret. Why won't you reveal it? Just please